Hello, my fellow YouTubers. The Theironhulk is here bringing you another Transformers DOTM, yes, Dark of the Moon, toy review. Today we have the deluxe Barricade, or as I like to call him, Barry. Yeah, we'll call him Barry for the rest of the review, since it's kind of a short version of his full name. Barricade. So, what we got here is a nice, Saline. I believe it's a Ford Saline. Is that what it's called? Something like that. It's a kind of a mixture of a Mustang, cop car type thing. So, he was very cool in the first film. But this is part of the DOTM movie line. And I was like, why are they going to release Barricade if he's been gone for, like, 2 movies now? And if you've seen the movie, spoiler, he is actually in the film. Not as a car, but as, Barricade the robot. He kills Wheeljack. Go figure. Or Q, whatever he is. Yeah, he hangs out with Soundwave when the Autobots were captured. So I think that was a really cool kind of, alright, you guys can shut up now type thing from Michael Bay, because Barricade finally gets killed by Bumblebee, I think. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he gets killed by U.S. Army people. So that's kind of lame. But whatever. So yeah, we got a nice car mode here. It rolls nicely. His mech tech weapon is pretty neat. It's like this giant claw thing, and I think the mech tech is actually stuck because the gear will not go back for some reason. It's supposed to be like a gun turret type thing, but there's something wrong here. It's supposed to go retract back and actually stay back. And then this thing right here is supposed to move the claw forward, but I kind of actually like how it's stuck here, because it just looks like a giant claw, which is pretty rad. So, for transforming purposes, we'll keep this thing off for now, and we'll put it back on when Barricade is transformed. So we'll move that to the side, and to transform Barricade. Pretty simple process. I actually do think he's a bit simpler to transform than the original Barricade and the Human Alliance Barricade. So what I like to do first is just kind of remove the doors. Everything just kind of pops off, really. So yeah, we move the doors out. Blah. You can also do like a Stealth Force Barricade, I think. Stealth Force is when the vehicles get really cool and like machine guns like come out of nowhere, and like what Bumblebee did in Sideswipe in the movie. Very cool. So yeah, we open this guy up here. We can lift these up. Go to the back here, and this panel comes off. These 2 panels, and they detach. And then these upper panels here, they come off, which reveal his legs. So we just remove the legs like so, and there you go. And we can move the arms out. The arms extend. These tiny things right here extend the arms. And then we just, what do we do here? We can extend the legs here by removing the feet from their tiny pegs. Set this up. Blah, blah. That's already set up like that. Blah. Alright, so we have the legs done, more or less. Just move that there, okay. Then we go back up here, and as you can see, we do have a few things we have to take care of. So we flip it over to the other side, and first things first, always move this. It just kind of turns, and it shows Barricade's original sort of chest plate look, which I am very happy about, because they included that. And then you can kind of move his arms out a little bit here. Blah, blah. Okay, next we'll do the torso. All you do with the torso is pretty freaking simple. There's a giant hole right here, as you can see, and there's this giant peg thingy right here that actually gives him waist articulation. Oh my god, a deluxe figure with waist articulation! But first, what you want to do is spin this sucker around here, so we do have a, you know, Barricade's legs that are not going the opposite way, because you will not be happy with your Barricade if his legs are backwards. So we connect this sucker here. Fits pretty well, and it still gives you waist articulation, which rocks. And to hide Barry's face, don't want to show him yet. Well, okay, let's show him. Alright, Barricade's face, ready? We're going to pop this thing open here. Come on. There we go. There he is! Yay! Look at Barricade. We'll look at his face later. So now what you do is this giant white peg here pegs into this black area here. Like, wait for it. Come on, come on. Why isn't it working? Oh, I have to move this a little bit more. My apologies, my friends, my apologies. It seems that Barricade does not want to play. Here we go. So it just goes right into there. Okay. There's Barricade. Now you can lift the door windows here up so it kind of gives them a bumblebee look. And just push these upwards so his arms are in place. Do it here too. Okay. Now if you just want to kind of mess with him, you can lift up his police panels on the side of his door, and you can just kind of, either you can have them sticking out like that, or you can actually lift them up and keep them like that. I actually kind of like him like this more, since he is a Decepticon. Showing his police signs on his doors, kind of, you know, it's a bit redundant, unless you don't like policemen. But come on, everyone likes policemen. I hope there's no policemen watching this video right now, but why would they? That'd be kind of cool, having a policeman collect Transformers. Okay, so, anyways, after my ADD talk here, we'll lift, there we go. So, Barricade. Okay, so Barricade has been getting a really bad rap, because people are saying, oh, he's an ugly figure, he's got funny legs, he just looks like they cut a giant piece of his torso off and just slapped on some chicken legs. I personally like Barricade. Yes, he is kind of funny looking. He doesn't look like he's completely proportional here, because he's not. He's actually very funny looking. But I actually do like him. I think he is an overall solid figure. Yes, perhaps they could have improved on his look. I don't know. He's a deluxe figure. What else can you ask for? He has some really nice articulation on his arms. He has he can actually kind of move his he can make a small fist. So that's really cool. Then he does have wrist articulation that goes up and down. He has a ball joint elbow. I guess it's an elbow. He just has like really long arms. And it's also on a ratchet joint, so it can go up and down, and he can fold it with the ball joint, so he can do some like cool arm curls, lift some weight, yeah. And then he has this articulation point right here, and then you can also do whatever you want with this. And there is a mech tech point here, so kind of random. Just like they chose like the most random areas for mech tech points, but yeah, there's one there. And then he does have the swivel ball joint on his whole arm here, and he does kind of have a ratchet joint on this side of the arm, kind of. I think that's just more due to the transformation, but yeah, so pretty articulated in the arm area. He is on a ball joint on his head. His head does have a ball joint, but one thing I do not like is you can't really turn his head and have him like look straight. He looks kind of cockeyed. So, like, he looks like that. Kind of meh to me. It's okay. And then he does, like I said before, have a swivel waist. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Why are you so dark? Come on, brighten up here. Brighten up for daddy. Okay, anyways. So we'll have a closer look at his head sculpt here, real quick, then I'll get to the leg articulation, because that will take me a while to talk about. Do you not want to focus, iPhone? Roar. Come on. There we go. iPhone's being lame right now. There we go. Alright, anyways, sorry for that. So, his face. Not a bad face sculpt. I actually really like it. It's much more detailed than his previous ones, I'll give you that. Maybe his Human Alliance one, that's a bit, I'd say this guy is on par with the Human Alliance face sculpt, but definitely a step up from his previous versions. I just like it. He has a really evil look. Like, he even has that kind of Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers, like, chin thing going on there. That's the first thing I can think of. And if you don't know who Ivan Ooze is, look him up on YouTube. He is pretty badass, if you ask me. Anyways, yeah, so cool red eyes. He's got nice detailing. I have to say, this is actually, like, the best deluxe facial paint job I've seen so far. And that's scary because, well, Crankcase is pretty good too, but, yeah, pretty good paint job, I have to say, pretty good. So, onto his legs. Oh my goodness. This is probably the poopiest part of the review. Yes, I said poop. Because, I mean, Barricade isn't perfect. He does have some poopy parts. And it is where his poopy area is. Okay, so his legs. They are extremely crappy. I can see why people complained about this, because they do have some kind of, you know, some negative aspects to it, I guess. The first negative thing you can see is his legs, they go like this. Like, they start off in the back, which I like to keep him there because it kind of lets him stand, like, straight. But these pegs right here, they have to go forward, and then it gives him, like, the chicken, like, wide hips, pregnant mama look. Which I'm not really a big fan of. And you can't really move them, like, they're stuck. You can sort of move them on here, but they'll always be in some awkward position. So I just kind of keep them back here, and it also makes them a little bit taller. So I do enjoy that a bit more. So here's the second problem. He's got the Starscream problem. His legs are just, like, weird. Like, you can't really bend them too well, and they just, yeah, they're just not. They bend in weird ways. Like, this goes forward, like, oh, yes, my knees can go forward instead of backwards, that's awesome. And then you can do this, and then you get, you know, chicken Barricade. But whatever. But the worst part are his feet. They can't go back, they just, like, because their articulation is there because of transformation. And that's fine, I understand that. But this is all it can do, and if it goes any further, boom, pops off. Yep, just like that. It just pops off. Pretty annoying, if you ask me. But, like I said, whatever. It's just a minor gripe. He's still a fun toy. And for $10, I mean, whatever. Got him at Walmart. Walmart rocks my socks. So on to the Mech Tech weapon. One last negative thing about Barricade. See, he doesn't have that many Mech Tech ports, which I'm sad about, because I actually wanted to give him a nice arsenal of weapons, but he has nowhere to hold his weapons. So, he does have his hands, which are fitted to hold, like, this sort of Mech Tech kind of peg here, which I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, sweet. Yeah, you know, nicely crafted figure can definitely hold this. And see, he can't hold it that well. I mean, he can, but it's like one of those figures where they'll hold it for like 5 minutes, and then he'll just fall to the ground and just be like, well, sorry, man, can't do that. So that's an issue I have with this guy, and he can't. It's just meh. It's meh tech. Yeah, that's my new saying, meh tech. I do like mech tech though. I think they're cool, but yeah, they're more of a gimmick than anything else. They're fun though. They're fun. I do have to say I am a bit more. I like him a bit more than I thought I would, but yeah. So Barricade, there he is, Deluxe Barricade. I'll give him like a 6.5. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Not a bad figure. He is cool, and he definitely is welcomed to the rest of the DOTM Decepticon figures because he fits well, especially with the dreads. I think he looks cool, and definitely caught me by surprise in the movie. I was like, oh, Barricade, sweet. No wonder they made a toy of him. So yeah, there he is. I hope you enjoy him. Pick him up. I do think you should pick him up. I think he's a cool toy. Not the best, but definitely welcomed. So there he is, Deluxe DOTM Barricade.